Hi, everybody. This is Annabelle, your friendly neighborhood realtor, coming at you from United Realty Group. And here I have a special guest. I'm really excited to hear what he has to say. So let me go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Hi, this is Stephen Zadwydas, branch manager of United Mortgage here in Las Vegas. Thanks for having me on today.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited because it's always the same. I have my input, I have my thoughts. So it's only half of the pie. A realtor doesn't really have the full picture without you guys, the lender. So I'm looking forward to throwing some thoughts at you and seeing what you got to say about it.
Very good. I will do my best.
Thank you. Thank you. So what I have is I looked at the median home price for single family homes. Every time I look at it, I swear to God, I'm just as shocked as last month. So right. They are now at 475. We were at 465, and I thought that was crazy. Again, every month I say the same thing. Every month I'm just as surprised. And obviously, that the big reason I'm more and more surprised is because of the rates. So I thought, okay, the median home price, maybe because of the rates, will stop going up. We'll have less competition in the market. I also noticed new homes on the market has not decreased and actually had been increasing. December was the low. We had more in January, February, March. In April, we kind of evened out. We had just about as many new homes as we did in March. So, okay, this is good. This is looking better for the buyer. Maybe it's going to get less competitive. It's in my mind, right? I said, there's
Sure.
no way median home price can go up and interest rates can go up.
It's an anomaly for sure. I would say so. Yeah. I mean, to answer, a couple of your points, I think the first thing is that you still have this high demand, low supply, right? So that's where the median home price just keeps inching up. The other thing is that not everybody cares about the interest rate because you have a good 25 to 30% of customers who are buying them in cash. So it really doesn't make too much of a difference what the interest rate is to those folks. Yeah, and thirdly, I mean, to your point, usually you do not see house prices and interest rates going up in tandem. They usually have an inverse relationship to one another. So this is definitely one of those unprecedented times. But I am confident that with the Federal Reserve actually raising interest rates, which is going to hopefully get inflation in check, we could start to see a little bit of leveling out on these rates, or maybe even them coming down just a little bit with the news that the Fed is going to actually raise the federal funds rate.
Okay. Two things you made me think about. And this is a big first one that you said around 30% of people are cash buyers.
I want to say, don't quote me on this, but the last statistic that I read was somewhere between 25 to 30% are cash buyers in this market, which is a lot more than it typically is under normal circumstances.
Right. Right.
Yes.
And that's a huge, huge deal because that's where you worry about, oh, if there's a recession and the houses fall and people start foreclosing and this and that. If they're cash buyers, they don't care. They're not losing anything.
Yeah, correct. I think they're a little bit less risky in terms of their loan is not going to go obviously into default.
Mhm.
So,
There's no loan.
from
Right.
that perspective, it's a little bit safer, sure.
Okay. And so are you saying that it's possible that rates will eventually come down as inflation is more under control?
Yes, because inflation is like kryptonite to interest rates.
Mhm.
Mortgage interest rates absolutely hate inflation. So every time that the headline news comes in that inflation is at the highest level in 40 years, or it came in hotter again this month, that's why you're seeing from January of this year, 2022, to
Mhm.
right now, interest rates are quite literally 2 points higher than they were in the beginning of the year. That's every single one of those inflation reports coming in hot. So the Fed's job is to try to keep that checks and balances, if you will. So when they're talking about raising interest rates, a lot of people perceive that to be negative. But the reality of the situation is that it helps fight the inflation. So when the inflation gets under control, then hopefully interest rates will stop going up at such a fast pace and even start to level off and come down.
Okay. Okay. And that's a really good point because, I mean, as far as buying and what you want to do, maybe this is a good time because you did point out that as rates go up, usually prices go down, but they're not. That's not what's happening right now. So maybe this price is it, and maybe it'll go up later anyway. I mean, this is weird. What's happening is weird. We really don't understand it. So even if rates go down, if prices go up, where do you end up? I mean, it's
Well, yeah, I don't think that anybody should make a decision based on what's happening in a very short period of time, like right now, for example. It's a
Mhm.
strange time. It hasn't really, I mean, I don't want to say it's never happened before, but I can't remember a time where we've had rates and prices going up together. But you have to look at it the long game. In other words, you buy a house, you're looking for long-term investment, long-term growth, which historically has always been what has happened with housing. So for sure right now things are a little bit strange, but I wouldn't let that deter me from acquiring the asset, buying the property, because in the long run I'm sure it's going to go up. And then just like everything else, rates go up, rates go down. So even folks who are buying at these higher rates right now, quite certain there's a refi opportunity for them
Ooh,
sometime in the near future.
I
you
see.
know
Oh, that's a very good point. So if
a
you can
hundred
make
percent
the choice now, you do what you got to do, and then where the
Absolutely.
rate
I mean,
goes.
let's not forget that rent is consistently and always going up, right?
Oh,
And then if you buy a house,
mhm.
you might start off at a certain payment, but by way of refinancing or getting rid of mortgage insurance or other things, your payment could ultimately come down. And that's typically not going to happen with rent. Your rent will always go up in conjunction with what the market is charging.
Yes, and I can definitely tell you that I've seen rents keep going up, and it doesn't matter what's going on. Sometimes your mortgage is going to be cheaper, but these rents, they keep going up, they keep going up, and honestly, they're just as competitive, if not more, than the people going in to buy a house.
I
So
would not want to be in the rental market right now. Absolutely not. No.
no, as a landlord, different story, but not
Right.
as buyer.
Maybe. Yeah. But, right. Especially with all the time constrictions, right? Because typically you only have 30 days,
Okay,
right? So that really puts a lot of pressure and you might have to take something that you don't want.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. No, no, no. I mean, you make a lot of good points,
Thank
and
you.
I really appreciate this. I want to see if I have buyers out there, what is it that they need to connect with you and, get to those steps so that because people sometimes try to do it last minute. I want to buy now, so I'm going to go
Mhm.
talk to the lender now. No, it's good to think about the steps that they need to take. Can you throw that out there for anybody who's listening? What should they be doing now if they're trying to buy even a month from now?
Well, I think you always have to get started somewhere, right? So you want to gather up your income documents for the last 2 years. You want to get a copy, or I could help get a copy of the credit report and have the discussion. What do we have in terms of down payment and closing costs, funds that are available? Is that money that's sitting in a 401k? Is it in a checking account? Could it be gifted from a relative? Those are the three major components that go into just about any type of mortgage approval, whether that's FHA, VA, conventional, or some of the non-QM products. It's basically an audit of your financials and how you pay your bills and other factors like that. So that's what we should take a look at right away. See how the person is doing from a financial standpoint, how their financial fitness is, and selecting the program that will be best suited for them to have success in getting the loan approved.
Okay, perfect. Well, there you have it, folks. Here we have, like I said, I've worked with this man before. If there is a stone to turn, he will turn it. I love it. Like if there is a way at all, he's gonna do it. I've been in situations where other lenders have told me, no, I can't work with this client, not yet. This guy makes it work. So kudos
Thank
to
you for
you.
that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So again, I'm gonna put his contact information when I post this. And if you have any questions for me or him, let us know. And until next time, thanks everybody.
Thanks, Annabelle. See ya.
See ya.
Be good.